Hi guys, and oh my god. Every time I go to film, there's a little nose smudge on the lens from this one. Okay, that's better. Hi guys, my name is Holly, and if you're new here, I make videos on YouTube about photography, owning a business, and most importantly, this little guy, Stella. And today I'm gonna show you how I take my photos from this to this. The day I got Stella, I made an Instagram for her. It's at Stella the Mini Docs if you want to follow her. I knew the amount of photos that I'd take of her would be way too much for my own page. And I just thought it would be fun to have a place to put all of my photos of Stella. I don't take it too seriously. It's okay if she doesn't become Instagram famous. It's just a place where I get to follow other dogs and I get to see tips and tricks from them. I get to see where they buy their toys and advice. Stella's even had some play dates with some of them. It's really just been a fun place to get my dog fill and to share photos of Stella with everyone. But I found that I was spending a lot of time editing her photos individually and it was taking more time than I wanted, and her page didn't really look cohesive, it didn't look nice. I really like to make my Instagram profiles as polished and clean looking as possible. And as a photographer, I use Lightroom and Photoshop when I'm editing photos, and a great thing about Lightroom is that you can make editing presets. So I made some editing presets to use on Stella's photo, and it saved me so much time in editing, and it made her page look a lot more cohesive. A preset is basically a pre-made filter for a photo. So instead of individually editing every photo, you just copy and paste the settings from one photo to the next, and then you're done. And before I get into showing you guys the editing process that I do with the presets, I just wanted to let you know that the presets are available for download on my website, hollyobee.com. I'll link them down below. And now I'm gonna put Stella down so she can take a little nap, and then I'm gonna show you guys the editing process. All right, here we go. So basically, when you download presets, you get DNG files when it's for mobile. So you transfer these files onto your phone. For me, I just did an airdrop into my camera roll, and they're gonna show up as these blank photos, but that's totally fine. It'll show up when you import them into Lightroom. So next, you open up the Lightroom app. So as you can see here, I have other albums with different presets that I like to use in my own photos. So I'm gonna add a new album and call it Stella Presets, and then open up that album, click this plus button down below, import from camera roll, and then I'm going to find those blank files. You can see that it says DNG at the top of these blank files. I'm gonna select all of those, add, and now you can see what the photos actually look like. So when I click on them, if I hold my finger down on the photo, then it takes the edits away, and if you take it off, it shows them again. So you can see all of the befores and afters, and the edits are inside of the app. So then you click library, and I'm gonna scroll up, go to all photos, and now I'm gonna import all of the photos that I want to edit. The editing process is different depending on how you take your photos. If you take photos on your phone, that means that they're in JPEG format, and then you can just import them right into Lightroom and apply the presets. And the great thing about this is it's all on your phone, it's all free. I personally take Stella's photos on a DSLR camera in RAW format. So I use desktop presets on the desktop version of Lightroom, which you have to pay a monthly subscription for. So if you are into photography like I am, then this is a great option for you. If not, then I'd recommend the free version and the mobile presets. Both versions are available on my website to download, but today I'm gonna just show you how to do the mobile ones because I think that one's the more popular one. And if you are a photographer and use the desktop Lightroom, you probably already know how to use presets. So back to Lightroom. So that means that today I'm gonna be using JPEG photos for my camera roll instead of the usual photos that I would use out of my DSLR camera. So I have some photos here. To import more than one photo at a time, you're gonna click on these three dots in the top right corner and then select mode. So now I'm gonna select a photo of me and Stella, one of her lying in the grass, this cute one here, and then these two that we're taking indoors. All right, so now that those are imported into my Lightroom library, there's two different things that you can do. I could go back, go down to my Stella presets folder, Or if you notice in this all photos category, you can actually see the photos with the presets right here, so you don't have to go back if you don't want to. All the presets are named after things that Stella loves. So this one is called Squirrel, this one is Squeaker, and this is Sticks. The one that I use the most is Squirrel, and then Squeaker and Sticks are just with some slight variations depending on the lighting. So I personally always start with Squirrel, and then if Squirrel doesn't work, then I try the other ones, but Squirrel is always my go-to. So you click the 3 dots in the top right corner, you click Copy Settings, check mark at the top, and now you're gonna go back and you're gonna choose the photo that you wanna edit. So I'm gonna start with this one right here. Click the 3 dots again, and this time you paste the settings. So this is what the photo looks like as soon as you put the settings on. But the great thing about presets is that you can still edit the photo. You don't just slap them on and then that's what you have. You can still make adjustments. So for this one, the photo is a little bit brighter than I'd like, so I'm gonna turn the exposure down just a little bit. And then honestly, I'm pretty happy with that photo right there. So then you click this little arrow box up here, export to camera roll, and you have your photo. Okay, next I'm gonna show you how I would edit some indoor photos, because these presets don't just work on outdoor photos, you can use them for indoor lighting too. So this photo right here was taken indoors, but it's super close to a window, so there's really nice lighting. So again, I'm just gonna paste the settings on top. And this time, I think it looks a little bit more pink than I'd like it to look. So I'm gonna go into the color section and turn down the tint just a little bit. Also, because there's so much white in this photo, it's a little bit overexposed, so I'm gonna turn that down. And there's my finished photo. And then this indoor photo was taken not close to a window. It was actually kind of dark in the room, so it's a lot lower quality. But I'm gonna try the preset on it just in case. So paste settings. Okay, this one I actually think looks better than the one with the window lighting, which is pretty rare. Usually the more natural the light, the better it looks. But I guess this preset just happened to work really well on this photo. And I would honestly just leave it like that. And last, I'm gonna edit a photo of me and Stella together, because these presets obviously aren't just for dog photos, they can work on photos of people too. However, they were made with photos of dogs so that they would mostly work with them. So the colorings of the oranges and the yellows might be a little bit off. And the thing is, a lot of skin tones are made up of orange and yellow tones, so there might be some adjusting with the oranges and yellows if you're applying it to a photo that has a face in it. So that's why I'm gonna do this photo, so that I can show you guys how you can make yourself not look super pink, because I think that's what it's gonna do to this photo. So again, I'm gonna paste the settings on, and again, I'm just gonna turn down the exposure a little bit. And you can see that it works really well for Stella's fur, because that's what it was made for, but not so much for my skin tone. My face looks a little bit pink. So I'm gonna click on the color icon and then on the mix icon, and this shows all the different colors, and you can adjust each color individually. So I'm gonna go to the orange tone, and I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more towards the yellow side. So you can see the extreme would be like this, and then the other extreme is this way. So I wanna find that happy medium where my skin tone looks accurate, or at least as close to accurate as I can get it, which I think is about there. And then I'm gonna click done, and I'm pretty happy with that. Last one I'm gonna show you is this one of Stella in the grass. So I'm gonna paste my settings on, turn down the brightness a little bit, and as you'll probably notice if you use these presets, I am not a huge fan of super saturated greens. So my presets, I turn the greens down a lot, so they look very muted, kind of like this. They're more of an earthy tone green rather than like a lime bright green. But if that's not your style and you want to change that, and you have a photo with a lot of green and you do want to see the green, then you follow a similar process. You click on color and then mix and then the green color, and you can see that I turned the saturation way down. So you can turn it back up to its normal level of green. You can make it even more green, or you could find some happy medium. And there's your last photo. So this little editing hack just turned my feed from this to this. Editing has been so much easier and so much more enjoyable since I started using these presets, and it's honestly made my feed look so much better. I hope you guys learned something about how to edit your photos and how to make your feed look a little bit more cohesive and nice If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe down below. And if you want to follow Stella on Instagram, it's at Stella the Mini Docs. Or if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Holly Obee. And I'll see you guys next time.